What's going on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube? Like to share this feed. Um, got a good time. We haven't been on in a few weeks actually, so this is pretty cool. Been taking a little rest, little breaky break. All right, so guys, like and share this feed. Let me share it to my YouTube page, Instagram page rather.
You see it on my end? Because this thing was acting. Okay, I see you. All right, cool.
Yeah, I see it in your hand. All right, guys, like and share this feed. Boss Up Talk. Well, Thursday. We missed a couple weeks and a few days, but it is what it is, making it work out. Um, so we're talking about today is take the win. All right. So Natalie, what have you been up to the past few weeks? What's going on? Let's get a little update.
Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff that's been going on. I have been working on streamlining my business to make it so that I can work less in the business, um,
Hmm.
so I can be able to make more impact. I'm reading this book, 10x is easier than 2x, and it's
Mm,
really helping shift my mindset around what it looks like to make millions of dollars in your business. And it's not that you're required to do more things or add more features or add more services. It's really about owning your zone of genius and working on the very few things that's going to make you that money. So that's what I've been creating a plan around the last couple of weeks and actually focusing on implementing that plan.
oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Um, I think that's so imperative too because um, a lot of times with business we get so hooked on doing everything ourselves versus like let me create a streamline that it makes sense and the math don't be math because we be so tired. um so yeah, it's very interesting with that topic. um and I think for me, like, I've been learning the same thing as well too, is just how do I autopilot my business where I'm not so physically in it, where I'm in it but I'm learning how to just really not work so hard. Most of my streams of income are it's filled of working so hard. You know what I'm saying? If I don't do this, I don't do that, I'm not making what I want to make because I haven't learned how to multiply myself. In my master's program, we've been talking about just um focusing on what do we want to do to with my business. So my seasonings, I learned how to use that platform to grow my sales and streamline businesses, where I'm not physically always doing stuff. I'm like, yo, Jay, make one thing, allow one thing to be duplicated so now you can actually live off the duplication. So something I've kind of been working on now lately. So just that. And I think I'm learning also to celebrate my wins, which we were talking about today is take the win, where there are certain things where like there are certain moments in business where you don't see it as a win. For example, is we're doing my students are passing their surf save. Surf save is basically like a sanitation certification that can help you get a job, right? So when one person passed, no matter what it was score, if you pass, we celebrate that. And we make if you watch my story, you make a round of applause. We're really excited about it. The reason why is because if we never take time to celebrate, you don't see it as a win. So now the students are excited because now they know that when they pass, we're gonna make some noise for them, give them celebration, put it on Instagram. Like you have to be in a place where you are loving celebration because you got to think sometimes when you celebrate your small wins, your big wins come faster because you learn how to celebrate yourself. And I think a lot of times when you appreciate your wins, more wins come because you got to when you have an attitude of gratitude and celebrate yourself, it feels good to celebrate yourself. It feels good to be celebrated. And I think sometimes we wait on somebody else to celebrate us when it's just like, no, like celebrate yourself. Be happy with yourself. Be today, even too, like we talk a lot of time about making our bed up, right? That's one accomplished. So if you look at the end of the day and it may not seem like you did a lot, but you know what? Guess what? You made your bed today. You have to be okay with celebrating your small wins just as much or as their big wins, you know?
Come on, technology, get it together. I'm not gonna blame myself on blaming technology, but I love that. I love to celebrate your wins, and I love how you say you get in the habit of celebrating your wins and getting used to winning.
Mm,
So in my academy on Wednesdays, we have winning, winning, winning Wednesday, right? I know it's a lot of winning words. I could just say Wednesday, Wednesday, whatever, but I just like to add the extra onto it. And every Wednesday, I come in and I'm like, hey, celebrate your wins today, drop those wins. We have a WhatsApp group. And so this
mm,
week, I got busy and I did not go into the WhatsApp group until about noon. And when I went in there, they had already began implementing and talking about their wins. They were like, my students were like, it's Wednesday, Wednesday, winning, winning, winning Wednesday. So we got to show up with our wins. Like they have gotten into the habit, and we've been doing this since November. So they have gotten to the habit of every single Wednesday dropping those wins in the WhatsApp group. And I was so excited. I was like, my win is that this group is operating without me. This is now
mm,
part of who you guys are, that you show up and you're like, it's Wednesday. This is what we talk about. And one thing about your body, right? Your body gets used to the habits that you create. And when you create good habits, your body craves those good habits. When you create bad habits, bad habits are pretty much a lack of having good habits. Your body is
mhm,
automatically doing that thing. And so getting your body, getting your mind into this mode of all I do is win. It's like you're drawing and you're manifesting that thing to you instead of looking at the obstacles or the oppositions. I love the title. Just take the win. Stop pushing
yeah,
it away from you. Go ahead and grab a hold of it. And even if you start with little wins, you're building yourself up for the big wins, like you said, getting your
mhm.
mind, your body. It's like getting in position for what's next to actually win. And so this is a really good topic that people really need to spend time digging into, because we gloss over it. Like, yeah, it's something positive. We automatically going to do it. And we automatically revert back to the negative, not actually to the positive.
Oh yeah, I think that's so important. I think with things life is filled with, negativity sometimes. Like, just so much positive out there, it seems like the negative is outshining, but you have to make it, and especially like with just teaching, I try to make it so fun where it's like, no, we're gonna celebrate these wins, because if you don't celebrate those wins, it's so easy for you to um fall into negativity trap, especially like going on social media and seeing things happening. You have to be adamant about celebrating something every single day because once you cultivate that energy, good energy comes where you're used to just like winning. Like I don't believe in losing. I believe in winning. I believe in just making things happen. And I realize that the reason why like I attribute success for myself is because I don't give up. I'm always gonna find the good in something. I'm always gonna find a positive because it's if you don't, it's so easy to fall prey to defeat. Like every day it's like a fight sometimes to even get up, to want to do certain things. And I think the more you celebrate those small wins, like you got to get it going. It's this one lady, she, she's developing a working out situation. And she says, even days that I don't feel like going, I do something because by me doing something, I want to keep the momentum going. So sometimes you got to celebrate those things because listen, momentum thrives sometimes when you're able to celebrate the little things. Bible talks about don't despise small beginnings. My mom will always say it to me when things, was looking a little raggedy, or things wasn't working. But I've learned that the more I celebrate the small things, the more I acknowledge those things, I just see more elevation in my life. And I've learned that I have to be a celebrator, and I think especially too when you have a business getting off the ground, you really got to motivate yourself because it's so easy to lose consistency because you're not finding joy in what you do. Like sometimes, even with teaching, I get tired of it. Even with running business, I get tired of it. Where if I don't find a way to celebrate those small wins every single day, um, it's easy to fall prey to not being a champion, not to be receiving. And I'm always like, yo, no, I gotta win. I gotta make it happen. I gotta find things to be happy, but I gotta find things like even sometimes I might, hey, the win sometimes is having gas in your car. Because I remember time why I barely had gas. The win sometimes is just being able to, you know, um, walk somewhere on your own. I know it seems something small, but you have to find little things to be grateful for because I'm telling you, once you have that moment of attitude of gratitude, wins just start to happen every single day. And I love that Natalie does it with her group about the winning Wednesdays because like it's something to look forward to. Like winning is something to look forward to. Like I love my students who are athletes talk about their games, like how they study their games, because for me it's just like they're anticipating winning. It's nothing like being around people who don't anticipate winning. They're almost like a Debbie Downer, where it's like I don't want to be around this because your energy is not promoting success. Your energy is not really giving what it's supposed to give, and I gotta just back away because I don't want to fall prey to victimizing myself of things I could be great and successful at.
That's really, really good. Celebrating those wins and just creating that habit of winning all the time. And,
Mhm,
sometimes I feel like we as human beings, or maybe it's a cultural thing, I don't know. It's like we feel like we shouldn't overdo it, right? It's like you shouldn't be celebrating all that much. And I think about people who celebrate every single birthday with a party or celebrate. Sometimes
mhm,
you have people that celebrate all week long, and because that's not your norm, you feel like this is abnormal. But there's something about celebrating your birthday, celebrating,
mhm,
an anniversary, celebrating those milestones. And there are some people that don't even wait to like for that big once a year thing. They're celebrating along the way. And you can tell there's more joy that they have that they walk around with. It's like even for the birthday people, it's like they have something to
mhm,
look forward to. It's like even when
mhm,
the day is going crazy, certain people like it's my birthday month and they birthday at the end of the month. It's like they have this joy of I'm going to get to a particular place and I'm going to
mhm,
be excited. And it's just like that's what those celebrations are. When you put those markers along the line, it's reminding me of even in the Bible where people had altars. They created altars around a specific thing that happened and they worship God
mhm,
there. It's because they want to remember the thing that happened, the transformational, amazingly wonderful thing that happened. And a birthday when somebody was born,
mhm,
for a parent, even for the child being born, that is something amazing and beautiful that happened. And we want to signify it with a celebration. And we need to do that consistently, especially as entrepreneurs, because it is hard in the marketplace. You are going to
yeah,
experience so many failures that we have to now reposition as lessons because we want to shift our mind. We don't want to think about it like, oh, darn, Debbie Downer, failure. I lost that $500. That person, did me dirty, or I messed up in this area. I put all this work into it and nobody signed up for my event or something like that. You have to be
mhm,
in those moments where you are going back to a particular time in your memory and saying, I overcame, I got excited about this particular thing, and I can do it again because your mind has this way of holding on to those memories that are attached to a specific emotion. And celebration is taking your emotions, those exciting times, and it's amplifying it. And your mind is remembering how you amplify that particular thing with that particular emotion, and it definitely travels back in time to that particular place. When you're experiencing something very similar or when you're experiencing hardship, you can go back and be like, no, I overcame and I celebrated or I won in this area. I'm going to be able to
mhm.
do this too. Like it just gives you more momentum to move forward when you're able to look back and say, nah, your girl been winning since 1996. It's gonna happen again.
Yeah, I think that's so cool because like you have to get a mindset of a winner. Like I think the best thing to do is find out what it means to win. Like um I just want to give out 11 steps to becoming a winner, right? So the first thing is, X is out. The first thing you want to do is set goals, right? So in order to win, you got to know what is the main goal? What is the objective? The week before last, I did an assignment with my students. The project is due this week, so I'm excited to see what they have to say. The first thing is about setting them goals. So what are the goals you have? I think it's so important to do something called mind mapping. So mind mapping is like a web. I'm not sure if you guys remember that, in school, grade school, where you put one simple idea and then you would draw out different ways to, elevate or big it up. So the first thing is to set up goals. Second thing is work hard because work hard, try every possible way to achieve them. Sometimes so used to winning one way that we're not thinking that it can happen another way. Like there are goals you have that you have one track mind, not realizing that God is like, wait, hold on, this is not the door avenue I wanted to get it to you. Now the dream is possible, but have you exhausted all possibilities to make this thing happen? And I've learned that sometimes it's not a bad goal, it's just that I'm not doing the right things to make the goal happen. Three, complain less and accept responsibilities for your actions. It's nothing worse than dealing with a complainer. Like sometimes you got to be so focused that you don't have time to complain. If you messed up, say, you know what, I messed up, but let me do it again. Number four, do one task at a time. Do not try to do everything. There are some things that are is multiple steps. So one task may mean you have to do 5 steps to get that one task done. So pace yourself. Number five, talk less and listen more. I've learned that it's great to talk, but it's great to listen. You'll get more answers when you be quiet. Like once you be quiet, when Natalie's giving me advice about something, I'm quiet because Natalie has been in areas I have not been in. So I want to make sure I pay attention to that. Number six, stay focused and don't let people tell you it cannot be done. One thing I've learned, people have been telling me what's not possible in my life. But my response, it goes one ear out the other to the point I don't even pay attention to them because I realize that God gave me this vision. I'm going to stay focused, and it is possible because I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Um, Try, learn, and grow. Don't be afraid to try new things because when you try new things, you learn and you grow. It's nothing like growing from different things. Like I've learned that with just food, like I've been used to doing one way, but once I learned how to try a recipe a certain way, oh, I never thought about doing it that way. But then once I do it that way, I found that this may be easier because I've been doing stuff based on one person's perspective, not someone else, not by trying different things. Number eight, make no excuses. What are the areas in your life right now that you are excuse driven? What are those areas that excuses flow like water in your life? Is it, being organized? Is it working out? Is it starting that business? Like whatever areas are excuse driven, cancel that assignment to know that you're not making any excuses. This month of March is coming up tomorrow. It's no excuse March. I'm going to make no excuses every single day. I'm going to write those goals down and make no excuses for each step of the way. Number nine, be consistent. When you keep showing up, things start to change. When you keep showing up for yourself, being consistent, showing up, like sometimes you might not be the fullest consistent, but sometimes doing one task out of that three is what you do. Like once you become consistent in the small things, the bigger things become easier. Number 10, don't compare yourself to others. God has made you unique and be okay with being unique in your own right. Like Natalie is an excellent coach where I may do things Natalie can't do and she may do things I can't do. But you know what? I still celebrate her because we can work together on a collab to say, hey, let's get a cat this way. Let's collab stuff because I realize there's strengths that you have, strengths that I have, and we can iron sharpen iron. So now we can work on the areas that don't, ain't working for us. Number 11, respect yourself. Um, Once you respect yourself, you know your value. The more you take daily inventory of how you're learning to respect yourself, you realize you start to know your value. Before, I'll say 4 years ago, I might have let a client negotiate a price. Now I'm like, no, I know what I bring to the table. So because I know what I bring to the table, if this price isn't for you, maybe I'm not the person for you and be okay with that. Like you got to stand on business when it comes to respecting yourself. Like, no, I'm not going to do this. No, I'm like I'm doing plant based this week, and I kind of messed up yesterday because I went to a restaurant and I had such it didn't even feel good. But I'm like, Jay, you're not respecting it. Like, I'm serious. Like, when I ate what I ate, I had ox empanada, right? So then I'm like, yo, Jay, this don't even, it's not even giving supposed to give how you don't like, because you feel guilty because your body's been feeling so much better from what you've been eating, that now it's like, no, you respect yourself to know what goal you want to accomplish. So I had to revalue myself to know that, Jay, like, this is not what you're gonna do. You have to stay focused and on task. So those are 11 quick principles and quick steps about, how to become a winner. But it's so important to be intentional about becoming a winner.
Look, that is so much, and I put it all in the chat. I'm trying to get on Instagram. My Instagram acting up right now. I don't know what's going on, but that is so good. I love it. I love all of the steps, and I I just love that they have a outline on how to get to that place of consistently winning, right? And there's one
Mhm.
thing that ET says all the time: winners win. It is just part of their being. And a lot of times we're actually trying to do the thing instead of become the thing. And once we settle
That's
in,
good.
and being a winner is not something that I do, it's part of my being and it's part of my identity, then I believe that we'll start to see these things as not like, oh, I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just,
Mhm.
this is just who I be. Millionaires make up their beds. As a millionaire,
Yeah.
that's just what I do. You know what I mean? Like, there's no if, ands, or buts about it. I am going to have to set up boundaries, and in time, I'm going to be able to do it more consistently. But that's what I be, and that's what I do. So just having that mindset of, as a winner, I experience wins consistently. I think from that mindset, doing these 11 steps will not even feel like it's something so difficult to, accomplish.
And I love that you said becoming. There's something, Bishop. I used to visit his church, and Bishop Bobby Perry, when I was in college, he used to preach this, and he did a series on B, the B attitudes, but he made it related to becoming. And I think what happens is, so oftentimes things seem impossible because we don't believe that we can become, right? Like, well, my family never did, so maybe I can't do it. Like, I don't know not one millionaire in my family. I don't know not one successful entrepreneur in my family. But just because I don't know them, don't mean I can't be that person. What you don't know, sometimes you have to become. And I realize that the more I start to focus on becoming, I am successful. I am. Like, I don't just pray about, oh, I thank you for today being successful. No, because I am successful, today will automatically be full of success. Like, because I am a winner, I'm going to win automatically every day. Once you, like, really put that ingenuity into your daily practice, it becomes very simple for you to be like, I love being around my mentor, Dr. Jill Tanker. One thing about her is that she's going to handle business. She's going to get things done. But the thing I learned about her, she believes this, that she is. So once you start to really develop in a practice of believing that you are, it very it becomes a phase where it's weird when you're not acting that way, right? So when you get to a place of saying what you believe, saying this stuff, it's so weird for you not to experience this, because you have taken time to study this and become this. Like, for me, like, to be an expert in my field, it's hard for me not to be, because I've studied and I've said I am a chef. So imagine me, coming to you and not being an expert in my field when I say man, this person ain't no chef. They, like, I wouldn't believe them because they don't show signs of that. The more you start to realize who you are, the easier it is to become that thing. You know, Habakkuk, talks about write the vision, make it plain. So when you make that plain for your life, what is the vision? What is the goal? What is that? You automatically start to take the win, because why would I not win when I know I'm the expert of this field? Why would I not be successful in this area when I've taken time to become that thing? As a man thinketh, so is he. That's what the Bible says. So as you purpose and think in your heart, it becomes automatic for you to become. So, what things in your life that you're not becoming automatic because you have not shifted the gear to say, hey, I am this. I am successful. I'm a winner. I am, I was watching the Wendy Williams documentary, which was really sad. But if you look at certain interviews that she did, she became so confident in who she was that I'm going to be a star. I'm going to do this. I'm she became so confident in an area that you couldn't tell this person that they're not who they are. So when it comes to certain areas that you want to really believe you are, like what's your belief system? If you believe a thing, show it so happen in the earth. But you gotta believe that you are. You gotta believe that you're successful. You gotta believe that you're a champion. You gotta believe that you're a winner. You gotta believe that I'm this person, I'm that. Once I start to meditate on a thing, it's hard to help me it's hard to for me to unsee what I've seen. Like for me, I know some people that are successful in certain areas, and it's nothing different from me and them. So if they can do it, I can too. So I start to take the win to become that thing. Like I don't know if you remember I think her name was Joyce. She used to go to our church, and she said to me one time, I love just how you're like cookie dough. You allow God to shape you. You're the same goodness, but you allow yourself to be rolled out to fit that mold. And I think sometimes it's like when we're making like we used to make lots of Valentine's Day, and we had to have molds for Oreos, but it's just like, are you taking the shape of the mold you want to be in? Some of y'all want to be this, but you're not finding out what does it take to be that mold. You're not taking the time to really study what you want to become. Like if I say I'm going to be a coach, am I studying what it takes to be a coach? If I say I want to be a millionaire, am I studying what it takes to be this? And you have to be so strategic about your planning. Where if I have a goal, I'm going to stick to that every single day because I know I want to become this. So I want to be that person. I want to start manipulating my mindset with positive vibes only. And once you start to do this, it's much easier to become who you want to be, who God has purposed you to be, so you can take that win.
Hey, you said it all. Be the winner, and you'll get the wins.
That part. All right. So that's it for this week, guys. Remember, 11 steps I just posted. Well, number one, set goals. 2, hard work and be open to all possibilities. 3, stop complaining. Nobody want to hear that. Number 4, pace yourself. Number 5, listen more and stop talking. All right. Stay focused and forget the naysayers. Number 7, try it, learn it, and grow. Right. The scientific method. Number 8, make no excuses. Number 9, be consistent. Number 10, don't compare yourself to others. 11, value and respect yourself to know that you are more than a conqueror. You can do this. All right. So if you're looking for coaching, hit Natalie up or myself up. I think Natalie has a coaching community. When are you doing your next cohort?
So the next cohort is coming out March 10th, actually, and we do have about 5 people signed up. So if you would like to sign up, hit up your girl. I got you.
All right, fam. So you heard it here. So listen, remember, take the win in everything that you do. You're meant to, you're full of purpose. You're meant to do it. We're here to help. So reach out to us if you need some help or some coaching. And that's it for this day. All right. Have a good week on purpose.